Grant.
Thanks for coming over so quickly.
Bird said it was important.
Very.
Well, I guess it was about time we had this out.
What do you mean?
Well, I got a pretty good idea why you wanted to see me.
You do? How?
Seems logical, given our past friendship.
I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
And maybe you're a better man than I am, given the circumstances.
How so?
You don't feel that I betrayed you?
I think you were doing your job.
Really?
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Not disappointed, just surprised.
Why? Given the situation, I would probably have done the same thing you did.
I appreciate you saying that.
It's the truth.
Glad you feel that way.
I just hope that someday you'll find out what really happened.
And what's that?
You and everyone else were fooled by a diabolically clever man.
Putnam.
He framed me, Robert. And he did it so adeptly that I didn't have a prayer of proving it in that courtroom. I couldn't even convince my friends that I was innocent.
Not even your friend the cop.
Always the pro. I trust that when you do discover what Putnam really did to me, you'll act in the same professional manner.
That I can promise you, regardless of the outcome.
I look forward to having you on my side again. You're a tough adversary, Robert.
Grant, I never wanted to oppose you, but your actions forced my hand.
No, not my actions. Those actions attributed to me. But I don't want to retry the case here and now. That's all been done. I had my day in court. That is not why I asked to speak with you.
Just why did you want to see me?
I need a favor. A big favor.
No, I'm listening.
I know I'm going to be sentenced next Thursday. I assume that I'll go straight to prison. Is that right?
That's usually the procedure, yeah.
That doesn't leave me much time. It is imperative that I speak with Celia before I'm taken away. Today, if possible.
Look, I can give you permission to see it, but that doesn't mean to say that she will.
No, I realize that. I was hoping that you would persuade her to come here and talk to me.
I don't know that I can.
Robert, you are my only hope. Will you at least try? I promise I wouldn't ask if it didn't mean a great deal to me.
I believe you. But why is it so important?
Celia and I have a bit of unfinished business. If I can just talk to her, I'm sure that I can resolve it, then I can go to prison with a certain peace of mind. It's much too important to leave it hanging. Surely I'm entitled to that much.
Well, it's up to Celia, but I'll talk to her.
Thanks.
Grant, I promised nothing.
Just give her my message.
Day?
Not too bad.
What's in the docket?
Number one is the court session.
Oh, but that's going to be a circus. They're onto a story, especially one like this. They're almost impossible to shake.
Well, waiting for you this morning?
The grounds were covered with reporters. The front gate was like the site of a press conference. I'm surprised more of them didn't follow you here. Well, I slipped out the back way. I thought I had escaped unnoticed, but obviously those three spotted me. I'm so sorry to have dumped them on your doorstep.
That's all right, love. But you may have some problems when you try to leave here. Reporters have a habit of multiplying like rabbits. You could have trouble just getting out the door.
Have you still got a spare bed? For you, anytime.
You got to face them sooner or later.
Well, I'll take later. Much, much later. Were you planning on going to the court today? No.
I can guarantee they're going to be there in force.
I know. What are you going to do? I'd like to stay here, if you don't mind. Oh, not at all.
Well, you're welcome to stay for as long as you like.
I appreciate it. Aren't you, curious? I'll find out soon enough what Grant's sentence is, and I don't have the slightest desire to see him again, not after Monday.
What happened?
Grant so much as ordered me to divorce him. I've never been so shocked in all my life. But you had been considering it, right? I mean, you said that your father was pressuring you to see a lawyer. Yes, but I never thought that Grant would bring it up.
Well, I guess it's his way of tying up a few loose ends.
He tried to blow me up. That didn't work. So he's going to divorce me. When will he be leaving for prison, Robert?
Straight after sentencing.
Today?
Straight from the courtroom.
Then I won't have to see him again. Good.
Have you made a decision about the divorce?
No, I don't want to think about that right now. I just can't get over how Grant made me feel when I went to his cell. I mean, it was like I was the guilty one. I stood there listening to him, wondering how I could ever have done this to him. Isn't that ridiculous?
Not really, not under the circumstances.
I have never felt so like a woman scorned as I did when Grant told me to divorce him.
This court will come to order. For people of the state.
You'll have to excuse me. I have to go in and maybe talk to my wife.
I hereby remand.
Well,
It's not good.
Holly, tell me, what is Grant's sentence?
15 years.
What?
Even Robert was shocked.
15 years?
Well, he'll be eligible for parole after 7.
No, it's too much.
Yes, I know.
15 years. That's harsh.
Very.
It's unfair.
That's the way it is, Celia.
Grant was convicted of attempted murder. What would have happened if he had murdered someone?
Not someone. You.
I know.
And Grant Putnam.
I know. Still. 15 years.
That's what Robert said. But remember, this is just round 1. I'm sure Jake will appeal.
He was convicted because of who he was, not because of what he tried to do. The judge sentenced the DVX to prison, not me. Not Grant. Any appeals court is not going to be any more lenient.
I don't know. Celia.
Oh, it's so strange.
What is?
I thought it was dead.
What?
Us.
I don't understand, Celia.
When two people are very close, one feels the hurt when the other one has pain. Like twins, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So I feel that pain. I felt it when you said that Grant was going to be sentenced to 15 years in prison. Oh, Lord help me, I must still love that man. Somewhere inside me, I still feel for the man who tried to kill me.
But he's also the man that you married, that you loved. I mean, you can't just forget that overnight. Feelings aren't something that you can just turn on and off.
It's not my fault. I had to testify against him. He was guilty. Robert said so. Robert would know. He tried to kill me. He did.
Can I get you something?
What?
Why don't you sit down?
Oh, I can't. I'm too restless.
Do you want something to eat?
I don't think I could get anything down.
How about something to drink?
Yes, that might help. Something to drink.
Okay, what would you like?
Scotch.
Okay, with soda?
Just scotch.
Okay, coming up.
Make it a double.
Right.
Holly?
Yes?
Holly, forget it.
You don't want anything to drink?
It wouldn't do any good.
But you need something to calm you down, Celia.
Well, I'll take a drive. That always helps.
Do you think you should be alone right now?
Yes, I think that's exactly what I need. I think I need to be alone to think, to sort things out. Holly, has the world gone crazy, or is it just me?
Who is it?
Jimmy Lee.
Come in.
Hi.
Robert's not here.
No, I'm not looking for him. Is Celia there?
No.
Stella said she was.
She's gone. Don't you believe me?
You wouldn't be covering for her now, would you?
I would if she asked me to.
Why wouldn't she want to see me?
I don't know, you tell me.
Holly, please. I don't have time for games.
But she was here earlier, but she left.
Okay, where'd she go?
I really don't know.
Look, I have to find her.
Why?
Because I think she may need me.
She didn't say that to me.
What did she say exactly?
She said she was going for a drive.
Where?
I really don't know.
Damn.
Did it occur to you that maybe she doesn't want to be found?
Why not?
She wants to be alone.
That's a bad idea.
Who are you to decide that?
I'm her friend.
Well, so am I, but I wouldn't be so presumptuous as to tell her what to do.
Well, I would. This is not a day for her to be alone.
She can take care of herself.
Look, normally I'd agree with you, but not today. I know her. I know what she's thinking. She's vulnerable. She's got like an open wound. She's going to get herself in trouble.
Celia is a big girl. I don't have to tell you that. Celia is a big girl, and if she gets herself into a little trouble, she is perfectly capable of extricating herself.
Oh, if I believed that, I wouldn't be bothering you.
You're not bothering me. But you'll be crowding her if you try and track her down.
Well, it's a chance I have to take.
Well, suit yourself, but I think you should respect her need for privacy.
Tomorrow, yes, but not today. Today she needs her friends.
Well, I wish her friends all the luck in the world trying to find her, because I haven't a clue where she is.
Look, please think, okay? She give you any idea at all where she was going? Any idea at all?
No, she didn't. Maybe she went for a drive in the countryside.
She mentioned anything about Grant Putnam?
No, why?
No reason. Just, wonder what he's up to.
Well, I assume he was in court today for the sentencing.
Yeah, I bet he wouldn't miss that.
Celia was very upset by the severity of the judge's decision.
Of course. She feels guilty. She testified against her husband.
Well, yes,
You blew it, Holly. You blew it. You should never let her out of here.
How could I stop her? How was I supposed to?
I would have.
I don't know why I'm so bloody tired. I mean, I've done nothing all day.
This court case has wasted me.
No, you and several other people, I assure you. Oh, I'll get it. It may be Celia. Oh, good.
Good evening.
Come in.
Thank you. I hope I'm not interrupting.
No. Robert and I were just relaxing.
Commissioner.
Putnam, what brings you by?
Well, I am looking for Celia. I was told that she might be here.
Well, she was, but she left this afternoon.
I'm sorry that I missed her. But while I'm here, I would like to tell you I admire very much the way that you handled yourself throughout all this.
Thank you, but I'm not sure I deserve any accolades.
And I realize that you and Grant Andrews were close friends. I'm sure it was difficult for you to oversee the investigation and mount so convincing a case against him.
Yeah, well, you see, another one of my friends was also a victim, namely that of Celia. But I only had one option, and that was to see that justice was served.
Still, I have enormous respect for the way that you handled it.
I just wish it hadn't come to this.
So do I. I also hope that people don't think I helped to put Grant away so that I could reclaim Celia, as Jake Meyer suggested in his summation.
But wasn't part of the motive attributed to Grant his alleged jealousy of you and Celia?
I'm afraid that's in his head. It always was. I dare say that as a friend of Celia's, I will always take a great interest in her welfare.
You're not the only one.
I'm sure you will as well.
No, I was thinking about Jimmy Lee Holt.
Oh.
Yes, he was here earlier on today looking for Celia as well. In fact, he's probably found her by now.
I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that there are so many interested parties.
Yes, I know it's helped her a lot through all of this.
Yes, I'm sure it has. Anyway, I thank you for your time, and I do hope that I have not disturbed you.
Not at all.
If Celia should return, would you please tell her I was asking about her?
Of course.
She can reach me at the hotel, if she likes. That is, if she's not busy.
Aren't you the least bit curious about Grant Putnam and Celia?
Not just at the moment.
I can't help wondering what his intentions are.
He's starting to sound like Celia's father.
Well, if I were Mr. Quartermain, I would keep an eye on him.
Can we continue this conversation some other time? I mean, I'm about up to here with it.
Sentencing really bothered you, didn't it?
It was the 15 years. It's too severe for the crime he committed.
Yeah, I thought so.
Putnam said something to me today. Well, he said, was I concerned that just maybe justice wouldn't be served? Well, he was bloody right. 15 years isn't a just punishment for that kind of a crime?
Why do you think the judge was so hard on him?
Well, it was all the old prejudices resurfacing, wasn't it? I mean, he wasn't sentencing Grant Andrews in there. It was Andre Chernin, ex-DVX agent, enemy of the country. The point is, though, Chernon's long gone. Grant's now got to do time for him.
I'm so lucky. I never got a jail sentence for some of the less legal antics I got up to.
I don't want to think about that. Yeah. I thought today, there, but for the grace of God, go I. Or you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It could have been me up there. Sitting back in that place, hearing a sentence of, say, 15 years come down, on me or you. I couldn't have stood that, Holly.
Well, you won't have to. Promise to walk on the straight and narrow. You don't have to worry about me. Celia is another story, though. I hate the thought of her being out there alone, especially tonight.
I wouldn't worry about Celia. I think she knows exactly what she's doing.
Still, you have to admit, 15 years is an awfully steep sentence.
Would have been life if his plan had succeeded.
I won't argue. Justice has been served. There's no point in questioning it.
Unless, of course, your name happens to be Grant Andrews.
I assume Jake is already working on the appeal.
If he's any sort of a lawyer, he is.
Okay. Hello?
Holly, this is Monica Quartermain. I hope I didn't call too early.
No, not at all. We've been out for a while. What can I do for you?
Well, we were kind of wondering, is Celia there?
No, I'm afraid not. Why? Is she supposed to be?
Well, I was hoping, but it seems that she's been gone all night. I mean, bed hasn't been slept in, and we haven't gotten any calls. Quite frankly, I'm a little worried.
Well, I'm afraid we're not going to be very much help. We haven't seen her since yesterday afternoon. She said she wanted to take a drive, something about being alone.
I guess there isn't much we can do. But would you do me a favor? If you do hear from her, would you please call? I have to go to the hospital, but it's Alan's day off, so he'll be here.
At the hospital?
Yeah, he'll be here.
Well, fine. We'll call you if we hear anything. Bye.
What's up?
Robert, I'm worried. Celia is missing. I don't like it.
I don't think there's any reason to be alarmed over it.
She was out all night, though. I think you should put out an APB.
You do, huh?
Yes, don't you?
As a matter of fact, I don't.
May I ask why?
Look, to start with, Celia's not going to like it. She's a grown woman with a reasonable head on her shoulders.
You're going to deny that she's been through an incredible amount of turmoil lately?
Sure she has, but let's not jump to conclusions.
So we just sit and wait, is that it?
That's it.
What about foul play? Maybe there's somebody after her.
Who, apart from her husband, could possibly be after her?
What about Tanya Roscoff? She's a desperate sort of a person, you know what I mean?
And that's a pretty desperate sort of a reach, in my opinion.
Well, it's just because I can't stand sitting around here not doing anything.
Look, it's all we can do. Wherever she is, whatever she's doing, she is not going to appreciate my sending out a platoon of cops after her.
No, I guess not.
Didn't she say she wanted to be alone?
Yes.
Didn't she say she wanted to work things out on her own?
Yes, she did.
Then she'll be back when she's ready.
But that's not going to stop me from worrying about her.
Well, I think you should find something to keep yourself occupied.
Well, I'm open for suggestions.
Okay. I know. We're having Lee and Gail over for dinner. Why don't you zap into the kitchen and cook your worries away? Or bake them, or microwave them, or whatever.
No, that's going to take only about an hour or so. I've got a whole day to kill.
Ah. I know. Visit Beatrice in the hospital. I mean, you know, the little angel of mercy and all of that.
No, Robert.
Well, didn't you say last night that you intended to visit her there?
Yes, I did.
Right. There you go. Great idea to get yourself out of the house.
Okay, I'll go. But it's not going to stop me from worrying about Celia. Not until I know she's home and she's safe. I knew it. Alistair, is that you?
Who else?
My favorite cousin, Alistair. Wonderful to see you after all these years.
And you, my little Holly. Oh, I shouldn't say little anymore. You've become quite a beautiful woman.
That's very nice, but I know you too well to trust your flattery.
A wise choice.
But what on earth are you doing here in Port Charles?
Visiting an old friend I'd heard was sick.
You, Beatrice?
Well, I hate to be the first one to quote a cliche, but small world.
You were to be my second stop, Holly. Oh, I'd heard through the family grapevine you too were living in Port Charles and had planned on looking you up next.
Well, looks like I saved you the trouble.
Imagine the coincidence.
Are you going to desert me, both of you?
Oh, you can stay for a while, Holly. Hey, help me to keep Beatrice company for a while.
Well, of course. That's why I'm here, to see Beatrice and also try and get my mind off a missing friend of mine.
Oh, that sounds serious.
Well, it isn't. Not yet, anyway.
Anyone we know?
Celia Andrews. Nobody's seen her since yesterday.
In Paris? Ah, now that was awfully exciting. Though I could have done better, I guess. My problem was Percy.
But what are you two talking about? Why don't you let me in on it?
Just catching up, my dear.
Have you?
Yes, I think we've just about caught up now, haven't we, Alistair? Tell me, how do you two know each other?
Oh, that's another chapter in my life.
We met on the Riviera. Yachting companions.
Oh, really? I thought you always had trouble with seasickness, Alistair.
I discovered the bigger the yachts, the smoother the rides.
He did very nicely.
How long are you going to be staying in Port Charles?
Well, actually, I'm not sure.
Oh, he likes to roam around, Alistair does.
He could be persuaded to stay for a week or two. I've nothing else going on in my life. At least nothing pressing.
Then I insist you stay with us.
Us?
Oh, Holly's married to the most divine chap. I don't think he's your type.
Nonsense. If Holly tied up with this chap, I'm sure we'll get along famously.
Well, then it's settled.
Mind you, 10 years of news is an awful lot of catching up to do. I have been known to wear out my welcome before.
I'll say.
Oh, don't be silly, Robert. We'll love having you. Do you have any luggage?
Down in the car.
Oh, good. Well, you can follow me home then. I hope you're feeling better, Beatrice.
That's all right, darling. I'm just waiting for the doctor's opinion.
You look as good as I remember.
Oh, flattery will get you absolutely everything you want.
I'll drop in tomorrow then.
Mwah. Mwah.
Get well soon.
Thank you, darling.
You had so much potential, Holly. Well, that's what I've said to all so much. Young, beautiful woman. I'd opened up whole new horizons for them.
Shame I wasn't the right girl.
But you were for a while. Their #1 girl.
Oh, no, not true, Alistair. It was Daddy's girl. That was the problem.
You know something, Holly? You and I had the only two senses of humor in the whole family.
Oh, let's not forget Father.
Now, he could tell a story, all right. In fact, I've yet to meet the man who could outdo Charles when it came time to tell a joke.
Unfortunately, he'd lost a lot of that ability in his later years.
Yes, I'd heard about his death in Victoria. I'm so sorry.
Yes, well, the way it turned out, it was probably for the best. Percy was being really horrible to him. It was an escape for Father.
Anyway, he was a good man. Probably too good for the family. But enough of this. You must tell me all about your husband.
He's Australian.
Oh, no.
Wait, it gets better.
He's an accountant.
Police commissioner.
I'm sorry?
That's his job, Alistair. He's the police commissioner of Port Charles.
What, you are little Holly married to a police commissioner? I don't believe it.
I'll have him show you his badge when he comes home, if you like.
Oh, well, this can only mean you're out of the family business now.
Yes, I have been for some time. How about you?
Oh, no. Not a bit of it. I'm like you now. Left with my memories and not much else.
Well, I'm relieved. I was worried there for a moment that you were still involved.
No. The thrill had gone out of it. No, I'm much happier now. Poorer, but happier.
Oh, yes, I know what you mean.
Well, you seem to be doing pretty well for yourself.
Oh, well, Robert is. I'm just along for the ride.
Well, hello, love. Who we got here?
This is my cousin, Alistair.
Crawford. Pleased to meet you, sir. Holly's been telling me all about you.
Oh, has she now?
Yes, and I was remarking on how shocked the family must have been to hear of your marriage.
I said Alistair could stay for a few days. That is all right, isn't it, dear?
Oh, I suppose so, yes.
Oh, that's really most kind of you, sir. I promise I'll stay out of the way.
That's good, because I do quite a bit of my work from home. As a matter of fact, I have a little to do right now. I'll see you at dinner, Mr.
Crawford. I look forward to it, sir.
We're having the mayor and his wife to dinner tonight. I'm sure they'd be thrilled to meet you.
Yes, look, I'll be right out. Excuse me.
Very handsome chap.
Thank you.
Debonair, refined. He even dresses well.
For a police commissioner.
No, for anybody. I better go upstairs and change myself if I don't want to be upstaged.
You upstaged, Alistair? Never.
How long do I have?
Well, I'm expecting him for cocktails any second.
Oh, I'll hurry then. Oh, and thanks very much again for all your hospitality.
My pleasure.
Well, nothing there on Alistair Crawford.
You didn't?
It was just a routine check. I mean, let's face it, some of your family are a pretty low-life lot.
Well, this one isn't. He and I went straight about the same time.
You won't mind if I keep my eyes on the silver, will you?
Very funny.
I'm not joking.
The man happens to be an invited house guest, and I would appreciate it if you would treat him with the accustomed respect.
I'll work on it. That must be Lee and Gale.
I'll get it.
Hello. I hope we're not too early.
No, not at all.
Please come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
Oh, hello, Robert. How are you?
Oh, good.
Hello,
Lee?
Robert. You know, I think I've been here a dozen times, and I can't get over what a terrific place this is.
Isn't it quite something, though? I was telling Holly the same thing during tea. Alistair Crawford, how do you do, sir?
Oh, fine. Lee Baldwin. This is my wife, Gail.
Hello.
Pleased to meet you. Holly was telling me you're the mayor of this fine city, sir.
Oh, yes. Well, for the next couple of years, anyway.
Alistair is my cousin. He's going to be staying with us for a few days.
Oh, well, isn't that nice?
Yeah, I was just passing through and decided to look up my dear cousin Holly. It's been, what, Holly, 10 years? 10 years? And she hasn't changed a bit.
Well, she has. The question is of you.
You mentioned Casablanca. Now, tell me, is it still a haven for thieves and international criminals like it was before World War II?
A few more tourists now, but yes, more or less the same.
You've been there, then?
Oh, once or twice. Soak up the local atmosphere.
Must be a lot of it.
You have to know the right places to look.
All the exotic places in the world, and I hardly ever get out of Port Charles, except for psychiatric conventions.
Come on
once in a
now,
while.
we take a lot of trips.
Well, yes, but we certainly don't go to all these exciting places like Mr. Crawford has been to.
Please, Alistair.
Oh.
I'd love to hear some of these stories, Alistair.
Well, I spent a year in Argentina. Oh, now, that's another well-known hideout. Do you know there's even a bar there known as the Wehrmacht? German war criminals just drinking it up together.
Well, that is terrible.
Well, there's no extradition, you see. They can stay there as long as they like.
Well, all right, that's one place we can skip on our next vacation.
That's a wise choice.
You've really been almost all over the world, then.
Oh, around it about 3 times, I guess.
Well, a lifetime of traveling. May I ask exactly what it is you do?
For a living?
All that traveling, that doesn't come cheaply.
He's a novelist, aren't you, Alistair?
Yes, that's right. Most of my novels are set in exotic locales. That's why I do so much traveling.
Well, I imagine you are very successful. If the stories you've been telling us are any indication.
And you have a great imagination.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I guess imagination must run in the family, along with a few other things.
I don't know why you'd say that, Robert. Should we have dinner then?
Oh, all right. Now, do you mind if I bring that one? Do you mind if I bring that one?
Yes, I guess imagination must run in the family, along with a few other things.
I don't know why you'd say that, Robert. Should we have dinner then?
Oh, all right. Now, do you mind?
Holly! Holly! Where are you?
What the devil?
Lower your voice.
What's he doing?
Meditating.
Why?
He says it's uplifting.
Well, can't he lift himself up somewhere else?
No, he says the vibrations in his room aren't conducive.
Oh. What about a room at the YMCA?
Robert, what is it you wanted anyway?
I'm looking for my paper. Where is it?
Oh, Alistair, I was reading it.
What's he been doing? Practicing origami with it?
I'll straighten it out.
No. Before you do that, there's something else that has to be straightened up first.
I don't know what you're so upset about.
Then let me tell you. I come down into my living room this morning, I see this half-naked geezer on the couch, all twisted up like he's been in a hit and run, and my newspaper spread all over the city.
Would you please keep your voice down a bit? You'll disturb his meditation.
I don't care one holy mantra for his meditation.
Being awfully rude, don't you think?
Not rude enough, otherwise he wouldn't be here.
What have you got against him anyway?
Oh, where do I begin?
He is a guest in our house, and he's a relative.
I didn't marry your relatives.
Sorry, comes with the package.
Well, when's he leaving anyway?
He just got here.
Seems like years.
What? I just don't understand this attitude of yours.
I don't like him lurking about.
He's not lurking about.
Well, how do you know what he does when we go to work?
At least he's not running computer checks on you.
Well, if he was, at least I'd come up clean.
So did he.
Yes, for a reason that escapes me.
Maybe he didn't do anything.
Maybe the earth is flat.
Robert, please try and be nice to him. After all, he's just about the only relative I can or want to see.
And that's another thing I don't understand.
What?
Why would you want to have anything to do with any of your relatives?
I don't, just Alistair.
Why?
Because he's fun and entertaining and witty
And up to no good.
You have no proof of that. I think he's perfectly harmless.
We'll see.
Please, Robert, try and be nice to him. It means a lot that he's here.
All right. But let's not forget those immortal words uttered by George Bernard Shaw.
Which words are those?
House guests are like fish. After 3 days, they smell.
I'll write that down. Oh, speaking of food, do you want some breakfast?
Good idea. How's about some eggs?
We're all out.
Oh, plenty in the fridge last night.
Alistair drank them.
He drank them?
Raw. He claims they're good for the nerves.
Well, he'd know all about that, wouldn't he? Because he's got plenty of it. What do I do for breakfast now?
There are plenty of perfectly lovely things you can have for breakfast that don't involve eggs. Now, just trot off to your computer room and I'll find something here and bring it in to you.
All right, Holly, I'll do just as you say. Oh. I'll trot off to my computer room.
And please don't disturb Alistair.
I don't have to, do I? Alistair's disturbed enough as it is.
What sort of...
Right. Takes care of Alistair. Now I'll try to torpedo the rest of the family. Wonder who the computer's going to spit out first. Oh, dear.
Breakfast. What's my name doing up there?
I was writing you a love letter. Would you believe that?
No. Put that back up.
It's really nothing.
Robert? Here's your breakfast.
Thanks, love.
Oh, what's that strange little bug on
Where?
there?
Where? Where's the bug? I don't see any bug. No bug here, Holly.
You're checking up on my family.
Oh, just a few routine questions.
About what?
Well, What they've been doing, where, and with whom?
With whom? You mean like with Alistair?
Well, insinuating that he's part of the group.
He never was. He was always the black sheep of the family.
Oh, your family of black sheep.
Not all of them. Anyway, that's beside the point. You have no right to do this.
I'm the police commissioner.
So?
Well, I have a right to know what all the people under my roof are doing.
Why do you naturally assume that all my relatives are criminals?
Because most of them are.
What does that make me then?
An exception.
I was a con artist.
Never proven.
Oh, come on. I'd be the first person to admit that I was.
It has nothing to do with the present situation.
There is no present situation except for the one that you're causing.
I am trying to prevent one.
Are you planning on throwing Alistair out?
Well, why don't we put him up in a hotel? We can have the local cops look after
I
him
will
then.
not have you embarrass me under my own roof by throwing him out.
I've got a funny feeling about him, Holly.
Well, I don't want to hear it. If he goes, I go.
Oh, come on, you're being ridiculous.
I'm being perfectly serious.
All right. He stays. For now.
I wasn't asking your permission.
It's an ultimatum, is it? All right. Then I acquiesce.
He's a relative. I can't throw him out in the street.
And I will.
Robert?
All right. He can stay under this roof as a house guest. But let's not let it develop into a roommate, huh? Cherry?
How I pity the common man.
Oh, and how's that, Alistair?
His life, a series of endless drudgery, never able to savor the more pleasurable aspects of life.
I gather you enjoyed your sauna.
Basked, reveled, and luxuriated in it.
And the protein drink?
Perfection, my dear. You followed my directions to a T.
Oh, glad you like it.
I am positively glowing with radiant good health.
That's a coincidence.
You're glowing too?
Your Robert's just like Robert's.
Oh, it is Robert's. Yes, damned if I didn't forget to pack mine.
It fits very well.
Yes, I thought so. Who's his tailor?
I believe it's off the rack.
No, really? Amazing. Amazing the progress that factory workers made nowadays.
Maybe we could go and pick one up for you.
Oh, how sweet of you.
I believe the prices are very reasonable.
Yeah, I shouldn't really. Bartholomew will have kittens.
Bartholomew?
It's my tailor. Yes, just mention ready to wear and he foams at the mouth.
Oh, we wouldn't want that now, would we?
No, no, not at all. Bad form and all that. Ah, hello, Robert.
Making ourselves at home, are we, Alistair? Eh?
Yes, thanks. Quite comfy. Ah, you're looking a bit pale.
Well, I've been working all day.
In that dark little room of yours. You should get out more often.
I'll keep it in mind. Holly, I've got to go to headquarters to collect some papers.
Oh, now?
Yeah, that new computer I installed in the office is broken down again.
Ah, the travails of modern life, eh?
Well, keeps us in robes, doesn't it, Alistair?
Yeah, so I noticed. You have exquisite taste, Robert, even if it is off the rack.
Alistair, why don't you come with me?
Oh, where?
Police headquarters.
What for?
Well, I thought there might be something there to interest him.
Ah, well, normally, Robert, I'd love to, but I'd have to get dressed first, and Lord knows how tiresomely long that can take, and I'm sure you must be in a terrific hurry.
I can wait.
Alistair, stay here with me.
Why?
Well, I want to make sure he has dinner, and you know how you get held up at headquarters.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. I'm sure there are lots of things there to maintain his interest.
Ah, well, I'm astonishingly bad at occupying myself. I never can think of what to do.
Yeah?
Go get dressed. You're going to stay here with me, Alistair.
Ah, yes, well, how marvelous. Must rush, Robert. Sorry I can't take you up on the offer. I assume the maid will get that. Cheerio.
How could you be so obvious?
About what?
You know perfectly well about what. You wanted to get him into headquarters so you could check up on him. I don't know, get his fingerprints or look at the mugshots.
Absolutely untrue.
Remember, you said you were going to give all this up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Remember my promise. If he goes, I go.
Door.
I'll take that.
What?
Wouldn't want you answering the door with that messy glass in your hand, now would I? Thank you. Now, you go answer the door and I'll wash this up nice and clean.
Hello, Mrs. Barrington. Please come in.
Oh, hello, Commissioner. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all.
Well, I know it's rude to come by without calling, but I just happened to be passing, and I...
Quite all right. Holly!
Oh, Mrs. Barrington, how nice to see you.
Hello, dear. Do you have a minute? It's about the charity ball. Perhaps you'd like to hear about it, too, Commissioner.
Well, actually, I've got to be down at police headquarters.
Oh, so late?
Oh, well, that's
Very
me.
conscious as you are.
Yeah, ever vigilant. Well, I'll try to get back soon, love.
Well, stay out of trouble.
I'll try.
Try harder.
No, isn't it sweet how she's so worried about you?
Isn't it, eh? Well, dear. Goodbye.
Yes, dear. Goodbye.
Mrs. Barrington.
Commissioner?
Would you like to come and sit down? Can I get you anything?
Thank you, dear. I can only stay a minute. I'm really here on Lila's behalf. As you probably know, I'm co-chairperson on the upcoming charity event.
Oh, yes, I heard.
I need your help.
Oh, how's that?
I have a block of tickets I'd like for you to sell.
Well, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll take them down to the spa.
Oh, no, not to the spa. I already have the ladies pushing them there. Anyway, I was thinking perhaps you had a different sort of buyer, other than the usual spa crowd.
Such as?
Well, commissioner types? Council people?
I'll do my best.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you had company.
Oh, don't worry, Alistair. Alistair, this is Amanda Barrington. Amanda, this is Alistair Crawford, my cousin.
How are you?
Dazzle.
Holly, you didn't tell me you had a cousin staying here with you?
Well, he only just arrived.
Oh, are you enjoying your stay here in Port Charles, Mr. Crawford?
More and more. Although I'm a little annoyed at my cousin.
Oh, how's that?
For not introducing me to such a lovely lady sooner.
Oh, how very nice of you, Mr. Crawford.
Oh, please. Alistair.
Alistair. Please call me Amanda.
Amanda. Holly, why don't you make some tea for our guest?
Oh, no, I really can't stay.
Oh, but you must. Oh, that is, unless I'm interrupting.
Oh, no, not at all. I was just here to ask Holly's help for the charity ball.
I knew it.
Knew what, Alistair?
The moment I saw you, I said to myself, now there is a compassionate woman. Oh, such eyes, so full of warmth and generosity toward mankind.
Why, thank you.
Holly, the tea? You know, Amanda, I feel sure that we've met before somewhere. There's something about you that's so European.
You really think so?
Yes, I do. Have you, by any chance, ever been...
I really must be going.
Oh, but we've had such a short time together.
Oh, well, I've already stayed much longer than I intended.
I hope your husband won't be angry I've detained you.
Oh, I'm a widow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I will see you again then, I trust.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Till then.
The tickets?
Oh, oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Oh, dear me. There you are, darling. Thank you so much, Holly. Alistair?
What an extraordinary woman. So genteel, so lovely. You know, I can see why Port Charles could be very exciting.
Oh, I don't think it would be exciting enough for you, Alistair.
Oh, I don't know, Holly. I've contemplated a quieter life lately.
Oh, I don't think that's for you, Alistair. I think it'd be too boring. You'd want to move on.
Oh, I suppose so. I have got the wanderlust already. I suppose I will be moving along soon.
Oh, no.
Now, don't try to change my mind. However, if I might impose on your hospitality just a little longer...
Oh, of course. Stay as long as you like. Oh, Robert, I didn't hear you come in.
Could I speak to you for a moment?
Yeah, certainly.
Excuse us, Alistair. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. What?
He is not staying.
Nobody said he was.
I just heard you utter a few minutes ago that he could stay as long as he wanted.
I was just saying that to be polite. He just said he was going.
When?
Soon.
Well, how soon?
Soon. The sooner the better.
Why? What's happened?
Nothing. I want you all to myself.
Oh, well, that's what I've been griping about.
Hello in there.
Go away.
Hello? Alistair Crawford here. Look, send the package to me in Port Charles, New York. Care of Police Commissioner Scorpio. Yes, that's right. You heard me the first time. Now, I have to get off now. Well, what excitement do we have planned for this evening?
How's about a nice quiet night in front of the telly?
Oh, unspeakably dull. Now, come along now, Holly. On with your best frock. The night is young, the company sublime, and there is champagne ripe for the drinking.
We're leaving now, Robert. Alistair's going for a walk and I'm going to the spa.
Well, you have a nice day. Enjoy your walk, Alistair. I'm sure I'll be seeing you later.
Most probably.
I'll call you from the spa about dinner.
All right, no problem. Whatever you decide is fine with me.
Okay, speak to you later.
Well, cheerio, toodle pip, or whatever you Poms say.
Au revoir.
Ciao.
Now I've got you.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you got there, Bert?
Oh. Robert, hi. Good morning. How are you?
Judging by that bulgy look in your eyes, it's got to be a tabloid.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's the Police Gazette, and it's a June 12th, 1969 issue. I like scanning through the old issues.
Yeah, well, we all have our hobbies.
Look, did you have a reason for calling, or did you just want to chew the fat?
As a matter of fact, I want you to send over one of your footloose messengers for a pickup.
Uh-oh. My pink slip?
I got some prints I want you to wire to Interpol.
Oh, I take it's a rush, no doubt.
Isn't everything?
Well, what case, if I may ask?
Well, there isn't one yet. It's just a hunch.
Oh, one of the commissioner's famous hunches, huh?
Yeah? No reason to call out the SWAT team.
Well, I'll be on pins and needles.
Yeah, well, so will I. And listen, I'm going to be working at home today, so could you inform Interpol to stick the information on the computer? I would be greatly appreciative.
Oh, yes, master. Your wish is my command.
All right, back to your leering.
Listen, don't knock it. You know, there's an article in here very interesting about the psychological advantage of having a 16-inch billy club.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, take notes and we'll have lunch.
I know you don't mean that. You've never bought...
Bye-bye, birdie boy.
Hi.
I didn't expect you to bring it over personally.
Well, how else am I going to find out what you're up to?
Didn't you look at the report?
No, I just gave it a quick glance.
May I?
Oh, yeah. Be my guest.
Yeah, just as I suspected. 6 names, all with the same set of prints.
Obviously a guy with 6 aliases.
Except there's one constant.
First name is always Alistair. Take a look at the second sheet.
Been arrested 6 times under different names, but never a conviction.
Always the same thing, lack of evidence. Did you notice the types of charges?
Where?
Right there, right on the bottom, there.
Just a glance, huh?
Let's call it my curious nature.
Yeah. suspect associated on each count with a possible scam, but never quite got off the ground.
Now, that's just from the English files. We may get a lot more later from other countries.
Interesting.
That certainly is. Well, would you like to explain it?
What?
England, scams, Holly. You told me that Holly's cousin's name is Alistair.
Well, Alistair's a common name in the Commonwealth.
What's his last name?
None of those listed. It's Crawford.
Come on, Robert, I'm not a total fool. You asked me to check on fingerprints. The name Alistair comes up, and the guy has a lot of experience in Holly's ex-trade. Level with me. This fellow with the 6 aliases, this Alistair, isn't he the same one who's staying here right now?
Well, what if he is? I mean, there are no convictions.
Well, come on now. It doesn't make him a model citizen.
Yeah, but he's done nothing, Bert.
Well, neither did Jack the Ripper at first.
Oh, this guy's not a killer. I can attest to that. Listen to me, will you? I'm now starting to defend the clown.
I think clown is the right word. He bungles every scam he tries.
Yeah, either that or he's got himself well covered. For every one he's blown, he's belted 10 out of the park.
Well, you're in the right position to find out.
And I intend to.
Good. Goes without saying that you wouldn't like a file started on this guy yet.
Not just yet. I think I'll pursue this along diplomatic lines.
Don't you mean domestic lines?
Leave it to me, Bert. One way or another, I intend to get the load in on this guy, Crawford. And I mean, heaven forbid that the guy should have anything else more to hide than just a name.
Marvelous walk. Got started and couldn't stop.
This is no place for you to spend the day, Alistair.
Just the morning, I think.
Why don't you tell me what you're doing here?
Well, if you must know, I've come to meet a friend. Mrs. Barrington mentioned she'd be here.
Now the picture comes into focus.
I'll admit I hadn't expected it to be quite so spectacular. Yes, it's about time America's leisure class started behaving like one. Oh, you know what they say about a little elegant decadence?
Oh, it certainly worked for the Roman.
Oh, now, Holly, there's no need to be sarcastic. Here she is.
Oh, just you behave yourself.
Oh, fear not. I shall be the perfect English gentleman.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
Mrs. Barrington.
Oh, Alistair, what a pleasant surprise.
To be honest, I'd heard you mention you might be here and had hoped to run into you.
Oh, really, is that so?
Oh, shameful tactic, I know.
Oh, no, I'm very flattered, really.
Well, then the chance paid off.
Tell you what, I have to be here for a couple of hours. Anyway, would you like to play some gin?
Gin? Isn't that something you drink, not play?
Oh, come now, you aren't really serious.
Oh, he's not really. Believe me, in fact, yeah.
You must show me these robes. I can't seem to find my size in.
Yes, sure. Excuse me.
Oh, please. Let us take you away.
Come, I have some friends I'd like for you to meet.
Do you mind if I borrowed him for a moment?
As long as you return him.
Let that be your last trick in this bar. I don't want to hear any complaints that you're taking the client's money, Alistair.
What, me?
Yes, you.
Perish the thought. However, if the cards should fall in my favor,
Isn't like you at all.
Oh, Holly. When you were young, you used to like me showing you card tricks.
Yes, I know. But now your tricks are working. I thought you weren't staying long, Alistair.
Well, I got caught up in the game.
Yes, well, I really hit him hard the first game, but then he fleeced me every one after that.
Yes, well, Alistair's always been quite a fleecer.
Yeah, sure looks like it. Look at this. 48, 11, 39, 59, 78. I taught you better than that, Mrs. Barrington.
Oh, what can I say? The man is a very good gin player.
That sounds a bit like a challenge.
Yeah, I got a couple of hours.
Should we play partners?
Okay.
Anything to change my luck.
Well, who's going to team up with who?
I'll take Alistair. You take Mrs. Barrington.
You got a deal. Wait a second, Holly. I'll get you a chair.
All right.
There you go, my dear.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Want a card?
All right. Play cards.
There we go.
All right. So, tell me, Al, where you from?
Alistair.
Oh, yeah? Where is that?
It's my name. I prefer to be called Alistair.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to call you Al because Alistair sounds too much like Alice.
Alistair is from England, Slick.
Yeah, I know. I heard the accent.
Oh, you've been to England then, have you?
England, are you kidding? If it wasn't for the dog races in Florida, I wouldn't go nowhere.
Slick got his education from the streets.
Yeah, and a little bit of it in some bars, too. You know what I'm talking about? And, folks, gin.
Oh, my word.
It's an easy game. Anybody can play it.
Would you believe it? Gin here, too.
There we go.
Oh, no, and now look at all these face cards I've been left with.
Add them up, my dear, add them up. Yes.
It's a good new start, there, Slick.
It's my teammate, pal. You're okay.
Oh, what do we got here?
Well, we're just playing a little game of gym there. You want to join us? Get yourself a partner.
Oh, Leo, I don't think you two have met. This is Alistair Crawford, Leo Russell.
How do you do? It's a pleasure. Mrs. Barrington, I think it's about time for your massage.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to cancel, Leo. This is too much fun.
Well, perhaps we can have a little lunch there.
No, not today. But Slick and I are winning so much that after all, it would only be fair if we took Allison to lunch.
If that's an offer, I accept.
Let's see here now.
Yeah, we'll do it again soon.
You understand, don't you, Leo?
What can I tell you? Gin again.
Again? I don't believe it.
This guy?
The cards all going my way.
Would you believe it? Gin.
Oh, no. Again, so soon?
How about that?
I suppose she's caught you with a handful again.
Well, I'm afraid so. I don't know what keeps happening here.
Well, it helps if you discard them as you go along.
Well, I need something to replace them with. I can't draw a thing.
Mrs. Barrington, telephone call. Mrs. Barrington, telephone call.
Wonder who that could be. Well, you go ahead and deal them up. I'll be right back.
Yeah, look, it gives me just enough time for a cup of coffee. You two practice up, okay?
Alistair, I am warning you. Stay away from that one.
Oh, that Slick character.
No, I'm talking about Mrs. Barrington.
Oh, charming woman. Attractive, too. She reminds me of an actress I once knew in Lisbon.
You don't want to get involved with her.
Involved? Never. My intentions are purely honorable.
I hope you're hungry. I've got everything to eat in here but the kitchen sink.
How'd you know it was her?
Well, I called the office. Bert gave me the word. You haven't been raiding the icebox, have you?
I was thinking about it.
Well, this will be much better for you. We have cheese. We have 2 large salads.
Wine?
Yes. We have wine and a loaf of bread.
Where's Alistair?
Oh, he had a lunch date.
Ah, you mean we got to spend it together, alone, quietly and in peace?
Yeah, he's really not that bad, you know.
Guy talks too much. You know how I hate that in people.
Well, I have good news to report to you, then. He's going to be leaving by the end of this week as soon as he receives a packet.
Oh?
What's that?
It's a bug for Alistair's room. The receiver to go in our room.
What, you intend to eavesdrop on my cousin in our house?
Well, there's no harm done. Besides, you know, if he's saying anything on the guest phone, I'd like to know about it.
Well, I think that's awful.
Look, it's for our own protection. But, look, if there's nothing suspicious against Alistair, then I'll be proven wrong and you'll be vindicated. If he's clean, look, I'll even put a plaque up in the room. Here slept Alistair Durbin Crawford. He was a great, peachy keen, cool guy, etc., whatever.
Absolutely not. I promise you, if you put that thing in his room, I'll take it out immediately. There's no point in you wasting your time.
Where's your loyalty?
In this case, blood is thicker than water.
Look, you know, I thought you'd be flattered to join me on a case for once.
Not on this case.
All right, it's just a thought.
Well, it was a terrible thought, and you'd put that away for good if you don't mind, please.
I don't understand your unswerving devotion to this boob.
Well, I guess I really liked him.
Why?
He taught me to ride. He gave me a pony when I was a kid.
Yeah, I bet he knows gobs about the ponies. Listen, did he, by chance, ever go under a nickname?
Not that I remember.
Well, how did the family perceive him?
How do you mean?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, was he rated a success?
No. As a matter of fact, he really was the black sheep of the family.
Why's that?
He was always a bit of a bungler.
You mean he never completed his jobs?
I guess not. I don't really know. Why don't you ask him yourself? Be a lot more direct than bugging him.